Yes, ladies and gentlemen, episode 117 in the Pokemon Journeys anime titled VS Cynthia. Iris's Road to Dragon Master just dropped, and the Masters 8 continues with Iris vs Cynthia as the next matchup. Who'll win? Let's find out. There's some history here between Iris and Cynthia, and we see that in flashback form as Iris and Cynthia get ready to battle. Iris starts with Excadrill, and Cynthia starts with Gastrodon. Iris really struggles to get going as Cynthia sets up Rain Dance and gets a Muddy Water hit in. Her attacks like Metal Claw and Drill Run are just bouncing off Gastrodon, especially after she sets up Acid Armor. However, Iris is able to hold on to a Muddy Water hit and get a Horn Drill from inside the Muddy Water, KOing Gastrodon. Cynthia then brings out her Milotic as her second Pokemon as Rain Dance disappears. Iris goes for a Drill Run, however, it is quickly knocked out when Milotic dodges and hits Excadrill with a Hydro Pump, sending it flying to the wall. Iris then has to bring out her second Pokemon, which is Dragonite, to counter Milotic, most likely because it has Thunder Punch. However, that turns out to be futile as Milotic then counters with Disarming Voice before wrapping it and hitting it point blank with Iron Head. Iron Head has looked brutal both times we've seen it in the league, last time in Sun and Moon and here as well, as Dragonite is KO'd. Iris then has to bring out her final Pokemon, her ace, her Haxorus. Her Haxorus is pretty powerful as her strategy of offense is the best defense allows her to counter Disarming Voice with Psycho Cut before Breaking Swipe completely obliterates Milotic. By the way, that's also Ash's philosophy in battle. The best defense is a better offense. So finally, Cynthia brings out her ace, her strongest Pokemon, Garchomp. And they give it the whole treatment. It gets boss battle music when it comes out, which I've never heard before for a non-legendary Pokemon. Cynthia starts off with Draco Meteor, intending to end it quickly, but Iris counters with Clanging Scales. And there's a fierce close-range battle that happens. And similar to when she fought Ash, when Haxorus gets confused due to Clanging Scales, it gets rid of the confusion by hitting its own head on the floor, shocking everyone, including Leon. However, this is when Cynthia realizes she has to go all out and brings out her Keystone, Mega Evolving her Garchomp. We've never seen this in the anime, and Cynthia then tries to use Dragon Claw to get close, but Iris has Haxorus lure in Garchomp with Psycho Cut before blasting it close range with Dragon Pulse. Iris can feel that she's close to winning, so she connects with her Haxorus, telling it that this will be their final attack, and similarly, so does Cynthia. Cynthia has Mega Garchomp use Draco Meteor, and Iris counters with Dragon Pulse. An explosion of Dragon-type moves in the air lingers, and when the dust settles, Haxorus faints, which means the winner is Cynthia. I love Ash's reaction here. We don't get to see his eyes, because his close friend just lost a match and he knows how much it hurts. So he goes backstage to talk to her, and while Iris tries to put on a brave face, she ends up crying about her loss. She then says that she will cheer on Ash with Go. The episode ends with Ash heading out to the battlefield to face Steven. This matchup between Iris and Cynthia was fantastic. It really showed how strong Iris has become. She forced Cynthia into a corner and had her bring out a Mega Stone. Iris has really transformed from a trainer who really wasn't confident in herself and her Pokemon to the champion of the Unova region. And her battle here, even though she lost, she came out a better character. I love when that happens in the anime. A few things from the episode that I didn't originally mention. We get some more cameos this episode. I know I haven't mentioned the other ones from the other episode, like Richie, Jimmy, Sycamore. Each episode seems to have a cameo of other characters watching the Masters 8. In this case, we get the Unova gang with Alder, Minus Burgundy, and Silent, and then we also get to see Paul and his brother, as well as Flint and Volkner. While it's a small thing, I actually really like seeing these cameos because it makes the Masters 8 feel like this giant tournament. I appreciate that. Another thing in this episode is that I love how Team Rocket recognizes Iris, and they see how strong she's become, and they even talk about how they trained her, which is kind of hilarious. And then when she loses, they also cry and say she will be stronger in the future because of that. That was pretty cute. I also figured out why they set up the bracket the way they did after watching this episode. They wanted Ash to be there to watch both his rival Alon and his close friend Iris lose in the first round. That's also why he's in the opposite side of the bracket from Leon, because after he beats Steven, he'll have a chance to try and avenge Iris by beating Cynthia, and then later Alon by trying to face Leon if he wins. It's a self-contained story instead of a multi-series wide like people wanted, but it makes a ton of sense to me, and you know what? I don't mind this bracket setup now. So yeah, overall I really enjoyed this episode. This one had the most story baked in just out of the fact that we've known these two characters the longest from everyone in the Masters 8, but still, the battle felt like it mattered, which was fun to watch. The next episode is Ash vs Steven. It'll be interesting to watch as his Aggron, his Cradily, and his Mega Metagross battle against Ash's Pikachu, Gengar, and Dracovish. I can't wait. But anyways, that is it from a review of episode 117 of the Journey's Anime. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, like, share, subscribe in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on this episode. You can follow me on Twitter at PdGaming, and that is it. I will talk to you guys later. Peace.